For some people, making it big in Hollywood is their top priority. And do you know the saying, any press is good press? Let's take a look at Alexis Neiers and her troubled rise to stardom.
I was there, guys. I was Katsuya. I'm sure it was much better than the last couple days that you had, right?
Couple days, yeah, about a month.
Here's the question, Alexis. Do you have anything that maybe you can give Lindsay a little hope in there? How she can, stay afloat?
Just, of course. Keep your head up, stay strong, and just be brave.
Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at Alexis Neiers' troubled rise to fame. She was the star of a reality show on E! While simultaneously getting in trouble, getting locked up, and getting hooked on substances. But before we get into all that, I just wanted to say really quick that if you guys enjoy this type of content like Hollywood deep dives, scandals, stuff like that, celebrity relationships, then it would really mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel, because it is my dream in life to be a YouTuber. Making these videos for you guys is my favorite thing to do in life, so if you want to support, that'd be amazing if you do like this type of content. Alexis Neiers was once a Hollywood bad girl, but before she found her notoriety, she was just an average kid. Her dad, Michael Neiers, was the director of photography for the popular sitcom Friends, and her mom, Andrea Arlington, was a Playboy model turned actress. When her parents were younger, they loved to party, and her mom, Andrea, has admitted to using lots of substances, including snow and psychedelics. She has one biological sister, Gabby Neiers, and when Alexis and Gabby were little kids, their mom decided that she was ready to leave that party life behind and settle down with something a little more stable. But their dad was still into that scene, and the marriage ended up not working out. So because of what her parents did for work, Alexis was already predisposed to that sort of Hollywood LA lifestyle, and she longed to have that type of life for herself. Her mom remarried a successful basketball coach, but Alexis still had some inner struggles. When she was in middle school, she started dabbling with substances, and she admitted to having done snow for the first time when she was in 8th grade. As Alexis got older, she loved to party, and to be honest, her mom allowed it, saying that she used to party when she was younger and remembered it being a whole lot of fun, so she was fine with Alexis and Gabby, going out and having fun on the weekends, even if that meant using substances. Alexis became best friends with a girl named Tess Taylor, and eventually when they were around 16 years old, Tess needed a place to stay, so she asked Andrea if she could move into their house, and Andrea said yes.
Do not take that the wrong way. Yes, I love purple, but not the purple crayon.
Stop.
Oh,
Don't sit there.
Yes.
At that point forward, Tess was more like a sister than a friend, so it was really like there were 3 sisters in the family, and Tess would even call Andrea mom. Tess and Alexis' friendship was toxic, and they would use substances together. So they would pretty much enable each other's bad habits, and they both loved to party, use substances, and both had a dream of becoming famous. Andrea started noticing that Tess and Alexis were using substances regularly, and they were starting to use harder substances as well. So in an attempt to sort of get them out of this cycle, Andrea told them that they needed to get a job. At this point, they were both 16, and they told Andrea that they wanted to model. She said that's a great idea, so she drove them to sketchy downtown LA to get fake IDs. I'm just picturing them getting fake IDs from like some guy in the alleyway. And Andrea's just standing there like, you're doing amazing, sweetie. And it's honestly giving Kris Jenner energy, because we all know that Kris was out there pimping out her daughters for some fame. So they're making a little bit of money from their modeling gigs. They start modeling for other things like music videos. I think they modeled for a Marilyn Manson music video, which I don't mess with him because I feel like he gives off bad energy, but they modeled for a Marilyn Manson music video when they were almost completely nude. And at this point, they were still underage. They were 17. Alexis said that on this music video, everybody was pretty much sniffing a little something, smoking a little something, and she thought, I like this lifestyle. I could get used to this. Dan Levy, a producer who they had connections with through their modeling thing, contacted Andrea and proposed the idea of filming a pilot episode for a reality TV show. It was around 2009 at this point, and reality TV shows were really taking off because the Kardashians had just aired a couple of years earlier, and everybody saw how successful that made the Kardashians, and everybody in that scene wanted their own little piece of the pie. And I mean, everybody wanted to have a reality show because you could get that immense stardom that you so long for, even if you don't have any talents. It was around this time that Alexis became friends with a guy named Nick Prugo, a name that would later be plastered all over news stations. Nick and his friend Rachel would go around burglarizing the homes of the 2000s most popular celebrities. They burglarized Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, Orlando Bloom, just to name a few. And they reportedly stole over $2 million worth of jewelry from Paris Hilton's house. So Alexis, Tess, and Gabby became friends with Nick and his entourage, and after he would go burglarizing these celebrities' homes, he would take whatever clothes or jewelry he didn't want to keep and give them to Alexis and her sisters. This gave Alexis a taste for the good life, and she didn't want to let it go. Soon she started burglarizing homes with them, mainly Orlando Bloom's house. They reportedly took 5 Rolex watches and over $600,000 worth of goods from Orlando Bloom. One day, Tess and Alexis's sister Gabby are out partying when they come home with a certain substance called Oxy. I'm sure we've all heard of this substance before. It's a super powerful prescription painkiller, and they gave it to Alexis and said, try this. Alexis recalls smoking the pill using tin foil and instantly getting hooked. So she's now graduated from Snow onto Oxy, and it's a full-blown addiction.
My youngest daughter, Gabby, came running into my bedroom and she's like, Mom, don't you smell that? And I'm like, yeah, it smells like burnt coconuts. What is it? And she said, it's Oxycontin.
They end up hearing back from E, and they offer them a reality TV show. They want to title the show Pretty Wild and have it be about Alexis and her 2 sisters attempt to make it in LA and become famous. E offers each person a sign-on bonus of $50,000 and $100,000 per season for each of them. This is an obscene amount of money for teenagers to be making, especially teenagers with a partying problem.
During Pretty Wild was when my drug use escalated to probably the highest it's ever been. My sister and I had a $10,000 a week habit.
So the police end up tracing back the burglars, and Alexis is one of their suspects. Let's take a look at this article that TMZ posted in October of 2009. It says, suspect throws burglar bunch under the bus. One of the suspects in the Hollywood Hills burglar bunch is already turning on her fellow suspects, blaming everyone but herself for the celebrity stealing spree. TMZ spoke with Alexis Neiers, aka Alexis Taylor, who wasted no time pointing her finger at suspect Nick Prugo, saying, I know for a fact Nick did all of these burglaries. He did every single burglary. He told me this after the police let him go. Nick is blaming people, trying to get the blame off himself. Alexis then described the roles of the other 4 suspects. Rachel Lee was his main accomplice, and they brought Diana Tamayo into this. Diana, Nick, and Rachel did the burglaries together. Roy Lopez was the one who sold the stuff they had taken, and he's friends with Courtney Ames, and that's why she was arrested. The only reason they came to my house was because they thought I was holding property for Nick. They even searched my house and found nothing. I'm innocent in all of this, and I feel terrible for the people who got robbed. So the reality show Pretty Wild, which was supposed to document their rise to fame, ended up being pretty much a documentation of Alexis's involvement in this bling ring. She ended up getting arrested and got jail time. Let's take a look at another article TMZ posted from May of 2010. Alexis Neiers just got 180 days in jail for her role in the burglar bunch crimes. Neiers pled no contest and was also placed on 3 years felony probation and ordered to stay away from Orlando Bloom's home. Neiers was accused of stealing nearly $600,000 worth of stuff from Orlando Bloom. A hearing was set for a later date to determine how much restitution she must pay. The Pretty Wild star was ordered to surrender by June 24th. According to court documents, the property stolen from Orlando's home includes 5 Rolex watches worth $450,000 total, a $20,000 ring, 2 paintings worth $25,000, and $4,000 in cash. And this is around the time that the iconic phone call scene from Pretty Wild was recorded. I probably can't play it for you guys because of copyright purposes, but I'll see if I can insert like a clip so you know what I'm talking about. But it's pretty much a meme, like I see it everywhere.
Nancy Joe, this is Alexis Neiers. I'm going to let you know how disappointing.
So she gets arrested, and I'm not going to go too in detail about the whole Hollywood Hills burglar bunch because I can do another video on that if you guys want to see that. Let me know in the comments. But that's like a whole other topic, so I'm not going to get too into that. But she was released from jail after I believe only 32 days. Now, after she got released from jail, the reality show was never renewed for a second season, so she had no more money coming in. Because she had no money coming in, she couldn't afford these substances that she had previously taken, and she turned to H because it's cheaper. She was actually arrested again in 2010 for possession of H. Alexis Neiers, star of the reality show Pretty Wild, was just arrested for possession of H, law enforcement sources tell TMZ. We're told Neiers missed a post-jail probation meeting in November, a probation violation, so this morning cops decided to pay her a visit at her LA home. Law enforcement sources tell us cops searched the place, discovered black tar H, and immediately placed Neiers under arrest. Neiers was released in July and is still on probation for burglarizing Orlando Bloom's LA home last year, so the new arrest could lead to some serious time behind bars. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Neiers was also found with a fake Florida driver's license. All in all, she was booked on 2 counts, possession of a controlled substance and perjury for the fake ID. Both Alexis and Tess Taylor entered treatment facilities and ultimately they got clean and they're living healthy lives to this day, pretty much staying out of the public eye. Alexis has a podcast where she talks about her life and it seems like she's doing really well. So let me know if there's any other topics you guys want me to talk about in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you aren't yet subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.